See, I'm a businessman. All right, I understand things.
You're a What's the business?
Understanding.
Shut the fuck up.
Straight up, like I may make you guys feel a little goofy sometimes, but sometimes I'll like hear some people say shit that they think is true that is so asinine and untrue that it confuses me. I was at this really Christian warehouse where I had to watch, I couldn't really say any no, not slurs, like bad words, not slurs. Bad words. I want to clarify. Bad words, not slurs. I don't say slurs. Bad words. I couldn't say. I couldn't say any bad words, and this guy, we're talking about global warming. This dude is like hardcore Trump supporter, and he goes, global warming doesn't exist. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, if we were really burning a hole in our atmosphere, we would all get sucked out through the atmosphere because we wouldn't have the atmosphere that wouldn't be able to keep us in. And I'm like, in the moment, with my dumb monkey brain, it sounded right. He sounded correct. It sounded like the logical thing, but I knew it was wrong.
You gotta put at least 2 points into intelligence.
If you say anything fast enough, Zach will believe it. If you say it fast enough,
how you can fall for Ben Shapiro?
I like later I was like, oh, that's not how gravity works. It's like mass, that's how it works. But in the moment,
that's how it works.
In the moment, I was like, oh yeah, if astronauts didn't have their like face mask, they'd get sucked out. So would us out of the atmosphere. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I need to get water.
Oh my god. Listen, my balls are like marinated.
That's interesting.
Whenever you start like a sentence and you're like, I'm just not gonna finish that, Like,
yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Most people do that in every conversation where they'll think about what they're gonna say and then choose whether or not to say it. Most people do that. It is such a crazy thing that like there's a YouTube based off the fact of people just going, I think people are interested in me. I think I'm interesting.
Yeah, it's true.
To be fair, isn't that just all art?
Yeah, it really is.
Sometimes I think about how basic I am, Like I'm like, man, I'm a fucking skinny white dude with glasses who went for a programming degree before deciding no, and then was like, I'm gonna, be like video guy. It's pretty exactly what, my stereotype is, huh?
You're equal parts extremely predictable and completely unpredictable.
You gotta stay on your feet, okay? Somebody might ambush you. I don't know about you, whenever I was on the playground, some like people would come over and like chase me and stuff. Like, and I had to run, it freaked me out. I was like, oh, you get into this mode. I don't like being chased, but I had to stay on my feet. I'm like a rabbit, kind of. I'm like a rabbit of a man, kind of.
To be honest, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Anyways, I'm coming out as a furry to you guys.
I feel it and I respect it, and I support your journey.
I bought a fursuit.
The first time I met you in person, you were wearing a dinosaur onesie.
That doesn't mean anything, okay?
But I just want everyone to have the visual. The first time that I saw you, my friend Zach, in a human corporeal form, was in public, and you were wearing a dinosaur onesie.
I kind of regretted that because I didn't wear any.
No shit.
Yeah, I didn't wear any pants under the dinosaur onesie, and so
I remember you like, this is uncomfortable, and I'm like, fucking moron.
It was like the breeze was going in through the buttons, It was like
Were you not wearing underwear?
No, I was wearing underwear. Of course, I'm not gonna fucking go start naked, but like.
Okay.
There's nothing more satisfying than putting on a fresh pair of underwear, okay?
Why are you saying that? It's not okay.
I always wear underwear. It's my favorite thing that I do in a day.
Oh my god.
I put my underwear on. But yeah, no, like the breeze was going in through like the buttons and it was making my legs a little shivery, you know? It was
The human mind was a fucking mistake.
We are the smartest race on the planet.
Those dolphins, though, right?
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins feed us.
Dolphins know shit, right? We don't ever fish up
we're
dolphins.
but like we're like the most advanced race, and this is the conversation that we're having right now.
If you kill a dolphin, you seek
Man, go
to
spend your
kill the
money.
dolphin with a group of individuals, right? Like you didn't do that alone. People don't kill dolphins. They're amazing, geniuses. We should vote
Oh
a
my
dolphin
God,
into I almost said offidency. What is it called? Presidency. I mixed office and presidency.
Holy shit.
Oh,
This can't continue. There has to be some kind of upper limit.
sundown.
You can get the fuck out of my way. So I can upgrade the goddamn towers. You'll refuse to bother with.
Well, my entire Twitch chat right now is just, I think Zach has genuine brain damage.
Listen, whenever I was a young lad, I feel like I've told this story a few times, but whenever I was a young lad, my dad was like, "Go to bed," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to go to bed." And so in protest, I banged my head against the frame of my bed, and I have a scar on the bridge of my nose where my head just bust open. You know, I went to the ER and I met like some dude with like an amputated arm, and I was like, "Hi," and I, bothering him, I was like my blood was spraying, you know. So I think that whenever I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" You know, I think that about that. I think that's probably what did it.
What you're telling us is whenever you have one of these moments, you ponder whether or not you're actually like fucking
Yeah,
brain
when
damaged.
somebody says that I'm Dane Bramaged, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. You know what? That's probably valid. There might be something behind
You
that.
may be correct.
Yeah, that's it's a working theory. It's a theory. I don't know if it's
It's
true.
not a no.
It
It's
isn't.
not a
Theory
no.
in the way
Listen.
that gravity's a theory.
My brain wasn't poking out when it happened, all right? So I think I'm okay. But like, if
Are you
I'm
brain
not,
dead?
that might
Are
be
you
the.
brain dead? Perhaps.
I don't know. You tell me. See, I don't
I'm
even
not
know.
a doctor.
Isn't it crazy how you don't even know if your childhood stories are true because you're like you don't remember them, right? Like you were told a lot of shit about yourself that you just take. That you're like, that happened. That was part of my life. I'm that guy. That could be a lie, though.
The thing is, that's Austin's life as an adult.
Austin didn't have a burger until he was 18. I don't think he's conceivable as a human being.
He's not quite an adult yet.
If you haven't had a burger in your like 11, then I don't believe you.
I haven't had a burger until I'm 18. I love anytime he tells that to someone, it's always just the response is always the same two words, fucking no. it's not even I don't believe you, it's just like that is a lie.
I don't really even know anything about baking. Like I can make like a Pillsbury
fucking
cookie,
God.
but you know.
You can make a Pillsbury cookie. All right.
Yeah, like if the one in the roll, the one that you get in the roll.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I know.
one.
I'm aware of Pillsbury.
Yeah. Like one of those, I could totally make that. I can't really, like I just learned spaghetti, man. I just figured that out. Like that was a beast, you know. That took a while.
I just learned spaghetti is a quote that's gonna stick with me for a long time.
I don't think it will, but I want it to.
It will.
So
Just pointing out the sweet spot of these guys is the pussy.
Did you just say the G spot?
The the weak spot.
Okay. I was just about to say, the G-spot is a myth made up to control you by my wife.
You mean the prostate? Are you talking about the prostate right now? And are you saying
my
the prostate
wife
is
doesn't
fake?
have a prostate?
Wife doesn't have a prostate. Correct. I agree with you.
My wife doesn't have an
Theory.
anything. She's like a dead. She's like a not even alive, you know?
Barbie doll?
She's like a fake. What do they call them? Not real. An illusion.
What do they call them? Oh, what's that word again? Oh,
Not
fake.
real.
Not real. Our core is almost as red as my actual balls.
Are your balls? Never mind. I don't want to know.
One thing that happened to me, I thought about blood one time in one of my classes and then walked into a wall and passed out in the middle of the class, and the college called the paramedics on me. That's
College?
Yeah.
So this is recent.
They were like, oh, he doesn't...
Oh, that probably really worried your elementary school teacher.
No. They were like,
How did you not tell me about this?
Did I not? I thought I did.
Oh.
No, this was recent, and they thought that I couldn't afford like food, and so they brought me into this like cupboard with like soap and ramen, and we're like, you can take whatever you want, and I'm like, thank you, this is very nice, but I'm actually pretty okay, and they didn't believe me. They're like, you don't have to, be prideful about it. It's okay. I'm like, no, I promise you. I just didn't eat breakfast.
You fucking ran into a wall and passed out. They thought you were malnourished.
Yeah, and I my kind of experience with that class changed after that day, because I was just kind of this quiet kid in the corner of the room, and then I became the dude that they had to check up on every day to make sure that I was like okay.
Oh. God, you're a conundrum. I cannot. I've known you for so long, and I'm not even a step closer to understanding you.
It really, it was interesting, There was
Been one of my closest friends for the past 5 years, and still, you baffle me on a daily basis.
there was a girl I had a crush on in that class too, and now she's just my pal. But like later we like matched on Tinder, and she's like, "Yeah, you're the kid that passed out in the middle of the classroom, aren't you?"
That's
I'm like,
your
"Yeah,
legacy.
that's
Who
me."
you are.
I'm like, "That was me. Fuck."
Oh my god. Oh, I have a headache because of how hard you made me fucking laugh.
What if that fixed me?
No, I promise
sure
you
it didn't.
did.
It's like handsome Squidward. You just bang it enough, and it kind of pops back into place, right? Like the sockets work themselves
I'm
out.
pretty confident that's not how anything works.
You would have to just hit your head on the opposite side for it to reverse it.
I don't know, Ryan. Sometimes like you're like you're fucking chillaxing and you're like, ah, god damn it, the microwave is broken. And then your uncle comes over, you just start like banging on the side of it, and you're like, what are you doing, you psychopath? He's like, don't worry. And then it works. And you're like,
God, there's not enough drugs for the stream.
Every time Zach says like, just any sort of like you make a point and starts
Anything
responding.
Zach says that ends with an ellipses is going to be fucking terrible.
But Zach, in this hypothetical, and listen, I'm on your side. I just think you have to hit the opposite side of the head to reverse it. But anyway, in your
Okay.
hypothetical,
Fucking God.
in your hypothetical, just to parallel our situation, the microwave had to have been broken by someone hitting it already.
no, wait, no. I was just
You're
like, it's broken.
No, because you're broken from head damage. You're
Oh,
saying
yeah.
you might get sick from head damage.
So my other uncle was banging up the microwave before he was like hitting it with a baseball bat before it
So
started.
he hit the microwave
I'm
and
like,
it broke.
Uncle Jerry, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. Let's chillax, okay? He's like, hey, I'm Uncle Jerry. I'm pickle. I turned myself into an uncle. I'm Uncle Jerry.
Shut the fuck up.
far in life.
I love the sentence. I turned myself into an uncle. What does that mean? What does it mean?
Like, that means you forced one of your siblings to have sex with someone and impregnate them.
That's kind of what happened in like medieval times. It was kind of fucked up. Like people had like arranged marriages and stuff. It's like just marry who you want, who you love, you know.
Ow. Sorry, I didn't know this was gonna be a liberal stream.
I don't know if I really have any other life stories. Do you guys you know, like what happened to you yesterday? What did you?
Me?
Yeah, what'd you do yesterday?
I don't even fucking remember. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
I
pretty
played
fair.
video games.
You played video games?
I played video games and read YouTube comments.
Oh, that's one of those things you should never do.
I like YouTube comments. I think that they're kind.
It depends on how good your channel is.
Are you saying that Cullen has a shitty YouTube channel? Oh god. Well, that's not
Someone hit ready.
Oh yeah. We've gotten pretty far in this game though. We're doing great.
Yeah, just don't fuck it up.
Ryan's doing great.
What I did yesterday, I went out, I went skating, and there was this guy, he had his dog, and people talk so fucking weird, man. Like sometimes I just take a seat back and I'm like, God, the way that language is and just like small talk conversation is so strange that that's the way it developed. Like I was walking with my skateboard, and he was walking his dog, and I walked by him, and he's like, "Oh, did you go down that hill?" I'm like, "Sorry, excuse me," because I had my headphones in because I didn't want to talk to anybody. And he's like, "You go down that hill over there?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, like he laughed like that. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's a pretty like normal thing to say to a person, I feel, but at the same time, it like made me sit back. I'm like, why is this the way that humans speak?
So your idea of a pretty normal interaction with another person is, did you go down that hill? Yeah.
It was really fucking bizarre. Like, who is this guy? He seemed like a nice dude. He had a cute dog, that's what it is. I don't think that he seemed like a nice dude. He had a very cute dog.
The way that you live your life.
But I live it normally. That's the most normal shit you can do.
It's just you baffle me in every aspect. I don't know what it is, but you leave me at a loss for words in everything you do.
Maybe it's baffling.
He lives in a cartoon.
It's baffling because I say it in the most normal way. It's just the normalest thing that could happen.
Definitely not it.
That's a pretty
definitely not it.
normal interaction. Like that's the type of shit that people do out in the world, you know?
You go down that hill?
You go down that hill. Yeah, that's like a normal fucking dad type right there. That's like not fucking dad type, but like a dad type, you know? I don't understand. Oh, whoa, this game just flashed me. That was a big deal. Okay. I can't remember well, it was like maybe it's because of the Rona, but you know, I haven't like had too many other like interactions with people. Whatever, right? Like the only other thing I can really say that I've done is like fucking went to get a drink and the guy was like, oh yeah, this ID's pretty old, huh? I'm like, yeah, I need to get renewed soon. Like, good conversation, nice. This was the real human connection that I've been missing since quarantine started.
First time you interacted with another person was buying alcohol.
It's been
That's quarantine.
It's pretty much the case, and like no one around here is really wearing masks. I'm sure that's a lot better in California. 'Cause it seems like they're being
most people in California are obliging, thankfully.
Yeah.
50-50 here.
Around here, not so much the case. We'll have like the only people I've ever seen with the masks on are like housewives or whatever. Like Maybe not. I can't
The
really
real
say that
housewives?
I can't say that they're housewives. They look like housewives. How about that? No,
almost
they're
worse.
all at the liquor store too. It's like wine moms. They give off wine mom vibes. That's
Okay.
Those are the people I've been seeing actually being kind of cautious. Everybody else, like teenagers and shit, will be going out on dates and stuff. I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? You guys are smooching up? You're gonna kill like your grandpa or something. That's not gonna be cool. It's fucked world now. I feel like we're all gonna get out of here and we're not gonna know how to talk to people. Either that or we're all just gonna fucking know how to talk too well because we're not gonna remember that talking to people is a little awkward.
You're talking to people right now. I don't know how to.
Yeah, but you guys basically don't. This is what my mom would say, like whenever I first got into like playing video games online. She's like, "Are you talking to the people in the box again?" I'm like, "Yes, mom." Yes, mom. So that's kind of what you guys are to me. You're just in my box. You're like the new upgrade I got from my graphics card. I want to hang out with my online friends IRL though. God, I'm saying IRL in person now. What's going on? Who am I? I've changed. Yeah.
I'm so glad I finally have on video an example of those moments where if you don't talk, Zach will just make noises to fill up space. It's one of my favorite aspects of your entire personality is that you will hold a conversation by yourself. If the other person just doesn't make noise, you will keep going.
Whenever people don't want to say a word or they don't like to say a word, you gotta say the words for them, you know? Like, this is a thing that I've done with, you know, like, you'll match with, like, a girl on Tinder or whatever, right? Or a guy, whatever you like. I've done it with dudes I've matched with, too. You match with them and you send a message, they don't really talk to you. And so, like maybe, like months later, I'll just get bored. And I'll just fucking start having a conversation with myself in their DMs. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, yeah, pretty good. You know, the weather's been real nice today. Yeah, real great, George. I don't know why I'm calling myself George, but...
insanely loosely related to what we were talking about. You're just giving us incriminating evidence of you every possible opportunity.
That's not incriminating. It's pretty,
You're not
normal.
incriminating. It's fucking weird.
Listen, okay. I don't know, I have fun doing it. Like, what, am I just gonna, like, match with somebody and then, like, oh, you know, they were attractive, I guess, you know, it doesn't really work out. No, I'm gonna have a conversation with myself in their DMs.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
You know, like, it's a lot better than,
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
getting upset or whatever, I don't know. And sometimes they'll never message me upset because it's always intriguing whenever I do it. Because I'm so interesting and cool. God, I can't be too cocky. Oh shit, hey, we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they'll finally like break and like, I have to have a conversation with this guy, otherwise he's just gonna keep blabbering. And then bam, you know, you've succeeded, successfully broken through. Fantastic. Holy.
Credit where credit due, Zach did more damage than I expected.